Hey, this is Matt once again. We're about to another video, and this is a paid request for Nicholas. Thank you so much for that. For those interested, requesting any type of videos, random thoughts, streams, commentaries, video game playthrough for an hour, full playthrough, movie review, re-review, whatever the case may be, feel free to send it. PayPal's the best way to do it. Do have a CashApp as well. Links are down below in the info box, and I will get to it as soon as I possibly can. And for those who sent them, thank you. I do appreciate it. And this is for Love and a Bullet, which I had heard of this film. I had seen this cover for a while. I just never really checked it out because I'm like, Tretch? Really? I've heard it pronounced Treach and I've heard it pronounced Tretch, so I'm not sure the right way to pronounce it. But in a way, I did like this film. I thought it was fun. I gotta admit, I thought it was fun. Ben Ramsey directs it. Now, I like Ben Ramsey. He helped write The Big Hit, which I think is a fun movie. He directed Blood and Bone, which I quite enjoyed. I remember I reviewed that back in the day, and I believe Ben Ramsey left a comment under the review, which I thought was really nice of him. And how do I put it? I don't know why there are two directors, though, on this. Ben Ramsey and Tantz. Just who the fuck is Tantz? Kantz. That'd be one thing, like, if anyone ever asked Ben Ramsey, why are there two directors on this, and who the fuck is Tantz? With a Z. But this is a film that I would think on purpose it does have a sense of humor. At times, it almost makes me wonder if this is a parody. Because there are certain things in here that seems, and I looked at The Big Hit, and I'm like, okay, there's some comedy in that, there's some humor in that. I mean, a plot point is returning a tape to the video store, VHS, and amongst all this other action shenanigans going on. So I have to think maybe that was on purpose. But, I mean, while I have issues here and there, did I have fun with it? Yeah, I got a good chuckle out of this movie. So, Treach plays Malik, who's an assassin whose father killed his mom and then ended his own life. And he is there watching this lady. And then a good chunk of the film is him telling the story of how he got to this point. Where I killed motherfuckers who are worthless. And tells about how he got into the business. He met this guy named Frenchie, who one motherfucker smoke. And how he gets with this guy, and when he's trying to train, when he's doing this, you hear that sound effects. He makes fun of people holding guns on the side, because you'll see people holding guns to the side and they keep missing. You see like all these bullets drop to the ground. And then he comes up because he's trained and kills the 2 or 3 guys just like that. And this would be like that point with the making fun of holding the gun sideways. There's some fun humor in that. The bit with how this boss Frenchie talks, where he says more mofos than Sam Jackson does. Oh, we got Terminator in this motherfucker. All right, motherfucker. We got you goddamn Terminator, motherfucker. All right, motherfucker. Like, he talks like that. This guy named Frenchie. And so there's a point where they meet this other guy named Pretty Nate, who has this like ridiculous outfit. He's got like a perm, goes out to here, and he's like wearing these clothes that looks like he stole from Huddy Bear, from. Stole from fucking Starsky and Hutch. And then Malik kills him because he wasn't professional. And then the guy try to argue about we, and then Malik goes, all that we shit is in divorce court, motherfucker. So some of this dialogue, I'm like, okay, this gotta be some kind of humor, like maybe if not parody, but there's gotta be some kind of sense of humor that I'm not the only one noticing. Maybe I am, I don't know. But I was chuckling Whether it's meant to be on purpose or not, I was chuckling a bit in this movie. So this other guy hires him because he likes how professional he is. He meets with these other assassins. There's kind of the head guy who gives him the 411 on because he thinks the boss said some deep shit. And he's like, that's more like some bullshit. There's a guy named Cisco who's played by Walter Jones, the Black Power Ranger himself. I'm like, he's in this? Walter Jones, the Black Power Ranger. James Black, who I recognized because he was in big roles in Soldier, 1998 Godzilla. He was in these low-budget films with this guy named J.R. Bookwalter. Ozone, he was a star in. This dinosaur one that's hilarious in a bad way. More Galaxy of the Dinosaurs, more so for their commentary because they're just making fun of what's going on. They're laughing about it and stuff. They're just laughing about what's going on screen and stuff. And to be honest, those I watch more for the commentaries than the film itself. Just James Black and J.R. Bookwell, they have a good rapport. But no, it's James Black, and his thing is, I'm from Pittsburgh, and we don't play that shit. I'm okay. There's those two. There's the kind of the head of the group. There's a guy who's a bit more of a martial artist. There's a guy who's a bit more of a bigger, like, tough guy. And they do their first job, and Malik realizes the reason they did this job was to help the head guy get a bowling trophy. And like some of the dialogue has a sense of humor. Like they keep talking about people like Yafakoto. Well, they mentioned this other person. He's so ugly he looked like a special effect. Eventually one day Malik sees this girl who's with the head honcho. And the other guy goes, no, don't worry about... I love the line he says, don't worry about her. Forget that bitch. Go out and get you some unlethal pussies. I'm like, what the fuck? That's what I mean. Like, I'm watching this. It's like, okay, there's not a lot of action. I wish there was a bit more action. It is a ridiculous movie with the dialogue, some of the action at the end. That's why I'm sitting there going, I wonder if like Ben Ramsey wanted to make a parody, and then maybe this guy Tans wanted to be a bit more serious, and that's where there's two directors. Just this weird meld of the two. That's something to ask Ben Ramsey. I mean, if anyone ever... Hey, Ben Ramsey, if you ever see this video, let me know in the comments. Granted, last time you left that comment was like, I don't know, 10 years ago. No. Would have been longer. Probably would have been honestly like 15 years ago. So hey, if you remember 15 years ago, answer me that question. Because either like this one hit they shoot, but it's shot like it's on an old video camera with like the noise, all the other stuff, the tracking. There'll be lines like, "Kiss my black eyes, you sick cracker motherfucker." There's a bit where he meets with this woman, and even the roosters outside, they're laughing. You hear that? They're laughing too. Either roosters or Dutch, they're laughing at how this movie is. They think it's hilarious too. Maybe I'm building up a bit too much, but I will say, like, I was a bit surprised by... I thought it was just going to be kind of a generic... Like, DMX Never Die Alone. I know people like that film. I didn't. I thought that was just kind of boring. This, I mean, whether on purpose or not, it wasn't boring. I just wish it had more action. So it depends on how you feel about the ridiculousness of this stuff and the dialogue. I was laughing, though. But he falls in love with this girl, and he strips. And this girl, I think you find out, worked for the feds or something. And like that's what I'm talking about with the humor. Like there's a bit about Thanksgiving. He gives his rant about the pilgrims. and how much they suck and what they did to Native Americans. So instead of eating turkey, he bakes cornbread or something. And then he does his hit. He says, "No, I'm not doing it. It's holiday pay." Okay. Stop laughing. I mean, I know it's funny, guys, but calm down. And the way it's done and like the music they use is very goofy. And I'm sitting there going, this has to be on purpose. If this is a joke, it gotta be. And again, it depends how you take it. I thought it was kind of funny. Now, didn't want to spoilers. I know I've been spoiling it, but heavy spoilers. You jump to the third act of the film, where he's supposed to kill this girl that's the boss's girlfriend. If he gets a phone call, by this point he's supposed to stand down. But I guess because she wants to die, he kills the girl anyway? Which then makes me go, why should I feel and root for this guy? Because he still killed an innocent person. And it'd be, if you're going to kill all the bad guys anyway, then you didn't have to kill this girl. Because all the bad guys would be dead and she'd be safe. So you kill the girl, then you say you killed the girl, and then they're all gunning for you, and then you're going to kill all of them. Couldn't you just lie and say you killed the girl? Well, I figured it'd be, he shoots, he misses, he tells the girl, get out of town. Then he lies and says, I killed the girl. Then they hunt him down, then he kills them. No, he kills the girl. And I'm like, why should I root for this guy? Why should I root for Malik? So I thought that was a very weird choice. I don't understand that choice in the writing. Oh, but there's a point where they met and she's like, why don't you just kill me anyway? And yeah, but because she feels she can't get out, but you have a way for her to get out. Just you get out at the end. But whatever. That's one of the things I really did not like, though. I did not like the decision. I did not like that choice. I thought it was very... It wasn't needed. And it brought kind of like a sour taste to the lead character. Granted, I mean, to be fair, he killed other innocent people too. Like when he's doing the hit on Thanksgiving, the guy's girlfriend comes in and he shoots her. So it makes you go, well, why should we care for Malik? Why should we care whether he wins or loses? I don't know. So that, hurts the film for me a little bit. But more of an entertaining route when the bad guys come in. It's so ridiculous. James Black and some thugs are chasing after them, and he's just running, shooting back. He turns around the corner at the end of the spoilers. He shoots James Black in the foot and then shoots him in the head. All practical. The fight between him and the Black Power Ranger, Walter and Joe, is one of the most ridiculous shootouts you will ever see. Because they're facing each other, and Walter Jones kind of just rolling around on what's like cardboard. I guess so he don't hurt himself. He's on cardboard. Kind of doing tumbles for no reason. And then the other guy, Malik, he's doing fucking handstands. Like capoeira. Abu away. Abu away. Like, doing like handstands and shooting. Probably the most ridiculous gymnastic gun fu you will ever see. But I did laugh. So if it was his purpose, it did it. He gets his ass kicked by the big guy, but he moves out of the way and the guy accidentally impales his own head. He's fighting the guy who's like the martial artist, and he fights a little bit, but he gets his ass kicked, so he gets a gun and just blows the guy's leg off. I've never seen that before. I've never seen someone try to do a jump kick and they shoot the guy's leg off. Points for originality. There's not many times I've seen that. And then there's the head white guy balls, and they shoot each other out, and he gets killed. Then Malik, you find out the girl who he thought was dead, his girlfriend. Not the girl he was supposed to kill. He did kill her, but the girlfriend, she's actually alive. And then she was supposed to kill Malik, but she's pregnant. So they get together, they go off with the money, and they live happily ever after. I'm like, well, I'm glad you two ride off happily ever after, and not the girl, the innocent girl you killed. You could have had her run off happily ever after too. But you know, what do I know? It's such a weird movie, and I didn't expect that, and that's kind of what I liked about it. Because I thought it was just going to be a typical, he's from the hood, he kills people, and, you know, just typical. I did not know how weird it would get. I did not know the Black Power Ranger and James Black was in it. I didn't know that the dialogue at times would be funny. I like the, forget that bitch, go get you some unlethal pussy. The whole like Thanksgiving bit that felt like out of a skit from a bad TV. The action scenes, I mean, they're not that well choreographed. Especially compared to like well, Ben Ramsey, like Blood and Bone did that better after this action wise. He wrote the big hit, but that's better action. If you go in this for action, you may be disappointed because there's really barely any action till the end, and even at the end, it's not the most exquisite of choreography. It's definitely not John Woo or anything, or Leon the Professional, or any of these other action films, but Treach, he's serviceable. I've seen better, I've seen worse. I kind of wish it was James Black or even Walter Jones as the lead. That would have been more interesting. I wish, like James Black, I think that would have been cool if he was the lead. Or again, Walter Jones or some such. But Treach, he's serviceable. Good soundtrack. I thought that the songs were really fit. They fit with the film. There's a good soundtrack to it. And it's a short film. It's funny. On other places say it's an hour and 40 some minutes. But no, it's an hour and 20 some minutes. So I don't know why some places say an hour and 40 when it was really an hour and 20 some minute movie. But I had fun with the movie. It was silly, it was ridiculous. It was a goof of a movie. I didn't expect that. I mean, it's no low down dirty shame, which I love that movie, but I had fun with the movie, I will admit. Now, whether that was all for on purpose, I don't know. But was I entertained? Yes. So take that for what you will. Thanks for watching, take care, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye for now.